Long before the Starks, the Lannisters, or even dragons, Westeros was a wild and ancient land, and it belonged to the very first people to ever live there, the children of the forest. They were not humans. They were small, with golden eyes and dark skin, and they lived deep in the woods. They didn't build cities or castles. They lived with nature, in caves and trees, and used magic to protect themselves. They worshipped the old gods, not gods with names, but the spirits in the trees, rivers, and stones. Their most sacred trees were the wirewoods, white trees with red leaves and carved faces. They believed the trees could see and remember everything. For thousands of years, they lived alone in peace. But then, everything changed. About 12,000 years ago, a new people arrived in Westeros, the first men. They came with weapons, fire, and farming, and they began cutting down the forests and the sacred weirwood trees. The children tried to fight back with their magic, but the war lasted for centuries. Eventually, the fighting stopped. On a place called the Isle of Faces, both sides made a deal, a peace pact. The first men would keep the open lands, and the children would stay in the forests. For a time, there was peace, but as the first men grew stronger and more powerful, the children became afraid, so they made a terrible mistake. They used dark magic to turn a man into a weapon, the very first White Walker. They hoped he would stop humans from spreading across the land, but he became something far worse, the Night King. He couldn't be controlled, and he brought death and winter across the world. The children and the first men had to work together again to stop him. That battle became known as the Long Night. Eventually, the White Walkers were pushed back into the far north. Even though they survived, the children were never the same. Their numbers were small, and soon, new invaders, the Andals. Thousands of years later, another group called the Andals invaded from across the sea. They came with steel weapons and a new religion called the Faith of the Seven. The Andals conquered most of Westeros, except the north, and their culture and religion became dominant in the southern kingdoms. Most of the noble families in the south, like the Lannisters, Arryns, and Tyrells, have Andal ancestry. They destroyed the weirwoods, and the children were forced to retreat even further north. Eventually, they disappeared, and most people thought they were gone forever. But they weren't. Thousands of years later, Bran meets the last known group of children of the forest beyond the wall, near the cave of the three-eyed raven. One of them is named Leaf. She speaks to Bran and helps protect him. But sadly, most, if not all, of these children are killed when the White Walkers attack the cave in Season 6, Episode 5, The Door. There he learned the truth about their history and trained to become the three-eyed raven. Leaf sacrifices herself by using a magical firebomb to hold off the undead. It's never confirmed if any other children survived elsewhere, but these were the last known group. So by the end of the series, it's likely the children of the forest are extinct, or hiding so deeply that no one knows of their existence. In the end, it was the children's ancient magic and knowledge that helped Bran and helped stop the Night King once and for all. Today, the children of the forest are gone, but their legacy remains. The weirwoods still stand. The old gods are still worshipped in the north, and their story is part of the very roots of Westeros. They were the first to live in the land, and though they may be gone, they are never truly forgotten. If you enjoyed this journey into the deep lore of Westeros, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with the next topic you'd like to explore. The realm is vast, and its secrets are far from over.